You see, so y'all trust what's in the King James Bible? Question mark.
Basically,
So,
my figures. I don't know.
all right. So, for that question of we trust what's in the King James Bible,
The concept of the
I
Trinity always confuses me.
the
That confuses me too, man.
Trinity. So, I have an understanding of the Trinity that differs from Josh's
Oh,
and
really?
Okay, me
probably
too.
from my church's as well in total. Um, so, for the question about the King James Bible, what the way that I study the text is I use multiple trans. I use the different like several different ones. So there's the King James. One of the most popular right now is the English Standard Bible. There's the CSB, and all of these different versions communicate the same message. There's certain wordings and there's certain explanations that are given in the text that are all aiming at the same message. It's just that the specific language that's used in certain texts may differ. But if I don't understand something as is explained in the King James Version, I'll seek out the different versions I mentioned. And then there's a tool that we can use that allows you to take the passage you're reading and you can look at the root text of it. You can look at the passage in Hebrew, which is the original text that it was written in, and then I'll look at it in Hebrew to see what the original language was. So no, I don't just believe just the King James version. In fact, the King James only people are kind of in a cult. Like it's a thing. I was a part of it for a time, you guys. I was on it for like a hot like 2.5 months. And then after a while, I'm like, yeah, okay. This thing kind of is a cult. No, this ain't the way.
That's
They
funny,
said
bro.
outside of the word, what self work are you doing? Ooh. And that's where the way straight gets wrong. Oh no. See, don't be coming in throwing bullets. I said but
What was your question?
the question was outside of the word, what self work are you doing?
Okay.
No, they asking
Oh, they're
you. They
asking me.
asking. They know what self work I'm doing.
Oh, man, I outside of the word. Well, one, I think the word guides my life. So, like, God, if Jesus says, "Hey, love people," um, self work. All right, I need to practice that. I think in my natural state, it's like I can quickly get angry. Like my family has trauma and whatever, man. Like we have a mixed blended family. So I have siblings who are African American. I have siblings who are Hawaiian, and we're Mexican and Filipino. Like we're a hodgepodge. Um, and it has been so difficult for me to love some of my family members. And I think, and my siblings, man, we've gotten fights before, and like they've even said to me, we were in an argument. He's like, "Man, aren't you supposed to be some preacher boy? Like, aren't you supposed to love people?" And that was so self-revealing. Like, man, I am not living like Jesus wants me to live. Um,
See, that's the I feel like that's the problem right there, and that's where spirituality come in. Not to cut you off, Josh. It's
like,
just nobody's perfect.
yeah, I
Like even
agree.
when it comes down to Jesus or Yeshua, whatever name y'all want to use, when it comes down to it, like we have to take the good with the bad. We
Yeah,
have to take the good with the bad. Nobody's perfect. Like even me, with all these followers, I'm not perfect at all. I have my days and my time where I wouldn't say act out of character, but I'm not the person that I know for a fact I can show up to be. But the question that they're asking you is, remember when I said going deep within and you
yeah,
said all you seen was brokenness? They're asking, what have you done within yourself to heal that brokenness?
yeah. No, so I was getting into that. So I am just aware of my brokenness. So I'll spend time daily meditating. I'll spend time when I say meditating, I meditate and I'm trying to talk to God. I'll listen. So doing both and like sitting there in a quiet place, like
Mhm.
quiet time is necessary. I think there's so much noise around. Um, so sitting there, that's I think one way how I begin every single day. Try to get a place of peace with me and God. And then another thing is I'll read. So not just the word, outside of the word. So like
Mhm.
I'll try to read other books like Better Practices, Self Discipline. Um, I love my wife has been encouraging me to walk, just going out in
Yeah.
nature more. I do love being in nature. I think I experience God in nature. Um, let's see what other I think. Oh, another thing for like working on ourselves, I think it does help with the community, being within a community. I think accountability is huge.
Yeah.
Having people sharpen one another. I think those are probably the main ways where I've been working on myself.
Okay.